All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Southwest Alliance. And we have a webinar today, Driving Safely on the Information Superhighway, a guide to internet safety, and it's presented by self-advocates from Utah.
Next slide, Juliana.
So Southwest Alliance is in its second year, and the goals of the project are to share information from state to state about self-advocacy, create video blogs about disability issues, lead webinars about strengthening self-advocacy organizations, and work on sustainability and recruiting youth leaders.
Next slide. Our webinar today is presented by me, Eric Stoker and Kelly Holt. We are People First of Utah members working in partnership with the Southwest Institute for Families and Children. Thank you for joining us today. Next slide. Today we are going to help you improve your skills when using the internet. We're going to talk about 3 important topics today to help keep you safe online using social media websites, dating apps appropriately, and cyberbullying. At the end of our presentation, we will have time for questions and comments, so please save your questions for the end. Next slide. We will begin with talking about 3 simple rules that you can use when visiting most social networking websites and apps, like Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Following these 3 rules can help you protect yourself online. So let's talk about zip it, block it, flag it. Next slide. Zip it means to not write about or tell others about your personal information. Make sure you watch what you say on the internet, because this will help keep you safe in the real world. Don't give out your contact information, like your home address or where you work. It is okay to tell people about the fun things going on in your life, but wait until after to do it. Don't tell people you were on vacation while you're away. Wait to tell internet friends about your trip until you get home. This will help to make sure that your empty house is safe from robbers and troublemakers. People may not be who they say they are online, and it's not always possible to control who can see your information. You should not give out information like your full name. Use a nickname if you can. Private photos, postal or email addresses, mobile or home telephone numbers, and details of places you like to spend time. You can help keep your information safe by setting privacy settings. This can restrict access to personal information and photos on social networking sites. To stop people from logging into your online accounts, keep your passwords secret and change them regularly. Next slide. Block people who send offensive messages and don't open unknown links and attachments. Delete any suspicious emails or attachments that seem strange or you don't feel good about. Show a trusted person something that bothers you because they are able to give you advice on what to do. These links and attachments may contain something offensive or have a virus that can cause damage to the computer. Most search engines include a safe search option that won't show you results containing inappropriate images or keywords. Using the safe search will help you to avoid information that may be inappropriate or makes you feel uncomfortable. Next slide. Person you trust if you are worried or unhappy about anything you see online. That person can help you report the content or talk to you about what is bothering you. If you arrange to meet people that you have only met online, even if you have been chatting with someone for a while, that person is still a stranger. Be smart about your meeting. Go to a public place during a busy time so there will be a lot of people around. Tell someone you trust where you're going and what time you plan to be back. Take a friend with you to meet the person. Leave right away if you feel uncomfortable or scared. Next slide. Information you share online, whether photos, posts, tweets, or emails, can come back to haunt you and damage your reputation. Anything you post on the internet is stored in a permanent database, even if you think you deleted it or made it private. Google stores the profiles of many social networking websites if you don't change the default privacy settings. This means that anyone can see the information related to you if they search for you on Google. This can be information you posted or were tagged in. So an employer, insurer, or friends and family can discover information that you maybe thought was private. There have been cases where online reputations have caused people to lose their jobs or lost opportunities because of a negative appearance. So be careful and think before you share online. People can say anything they want about themselves on the internet because you can't see them. So make sure you take your time to really get to know someone because they might not be who they are. They tell you they are. The internet also gives people courage to say things that they would not otherwise say to someone face-to-face. A good rule to follow is that if you would not want your mother to hear or see what you're doing, then don't put it on the internet. Next slide. Lots of people are meeting online these days, so we all need to know how to make friends and form romantic relationships on the internet the safe way. Almost half of American adults have used a dating website or app in their life. Dating on the internet is much different than dating in real life. So I'm going to give you some tips to be safe. Next slide. There are hundreds of dating sites to choose from, and most sites are okay to use. But there are some that may charge you money and are a scam. Research any site you are thinking of joining by checking with trustworthy companies that give information about websites. Carefully read information on the website, including the terms and conditions, and if it is a paid website, how much it will cost and how often you have to pay. Make sure you talk to someone you trust before you sign up on a website or app, especially if it costs money and the site asks for your credit card information. Does it provide the name of a real human being to contact if you have questions? You should talk to a person for a long period of time before telling them about you. It is best not to use your real name. Choose an online name that cannot be linked to your real name, and never give someone you haven't personally met your address, phone number, email address, or other personal information like bank accounts or a social security number. An email account is how you set up for sites and apps and how you will communicate when you meet someone through an online dating site. Sign up for a new email account with the free service like Google, Hotmail, or Yahoo that you can only use for dating online. When you are emailing, do not use your full name in the subject, the message, or when you sign it. If you begin to get harassing emails, you can close the account. Make sure to use your dating name on all usernames in instant messaging through your email account. Don't send money or gifts to a person you are dating on the internet. Don't offer to pay for them to travel to visit you. If you have doubts about any of this, talk to a trusted person. Next slide. Maybe you decide that you like someone that you have been chatting with and want to get to know them better. It is a good idea to tell a friend or someone you trust that you have a new friend that you met online and that you want to start exchanging personal information. You should talk with your trusted person about the kinds of personal information you should tell your friend online. Ask the person you trust before you tell your internet friend personal details. Your friend online might ask you where you live or work or when your birthday is. You will want to talk to your real-life friend to see if it is appropriate to answer these questions. Only send a photo of yourself if you are completely comfortable with the person you are talking to. Only send pictures of your face and make sure it does not link to any of your personal accounts. If the other person keeps finding excuses to not send you a photo of their face, it may be because they have something to hide and are not who they told you they are. If you've gotten to the point in your relationship that you are considering meeting in person, always ask for a current photo before you agree to meet, and make sure to show the photo to a friend or family member before you go to meet the person. Remember to meet in a busy and public place and that someone who you trust knows where you are and when you plan to be back. Kelly will now talk about cyberbullying.
All right, next slide, please. Cyberbullying takes place using electronics. This includes cell phones, computers, and tablets, as well as social media sites, text messages, chat, and websites. Examples of cyberbullying include mean text messages or emails, rumors sent by email or posted on social networking sites, and embarrassing pictures, videos, websites, or fake profiles. Next slide, please. If this
If this happened to you, don't respond and don't forward cyberbullying message. Keep the evidence. Block the person who is cyberbullying. Report cyberbullying to online service providers. Read the terms and the conditions of the social media site or the rights and responsibilities section to see if bullying breaks the rules. Report the cyberbullying to the social media site. Next, please. Report cyberbullying to the law enforcement when cyberbullying has threats of violence, child pornography, or sending a sexual message or photos. Taking a photo or video of someone in a place where he or she would expect privacy. Stalking and hate crimes. Next, please. In fact, 16.2% of young adults have been bullying online. 27% of working adults report being bullied at their jobs. While lots of people are bullying, the most often targeting group are the LGBT community and people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Bullying is on the decline because of all the prevention and awareness training. Next, please. Think before you. It is true. It is helpful. It is inspiring, and it is necessary. It is kind. Next. Questions or answers. Next.
No, not next.
We will now take questions and answers right now. Are there any questions?
Thank you. That was really. I just have a comment. This is Noelle. Thank you so much for that presentation. I think it was really good information to think about, and well presented. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any more questions out there?
We have a question right here, but let me see. Someone has a message.
So
Has anybody been part of cyberbullying on the group that's on? So Teresa has a question. Has anybody ever been cyberbullied?
Yes, I have.
How long did it take you to clear it up, or did you have to close all your accounts?
What, Teresa?
What did you have to do to clear your name and your accounts?
Well, what I did is I was I knew the I knew the person, and so what I did is I just because the person is always on on Facebook, so I just block them, and I just block them on my cell phone, and so so that's what I did, and I did and I had some friends that who is the police, and so I went and reported and tell them what's going on, and so so they did. They said they will call that person and tell them to that I don't just leave me alone and don't call me.
Are there any more questions? There is no question.
Yes.
Oh, is there a question?
No questions.
Alrighty, well, thanks to the supporters of this project and for everyone here today, and hope you guys have a great afternoon, and thanks for letting us come talk to you today about internet safety.
Yes, and we just want to let you know that we still have these future webinars, and we would really appreciate that all the states support each other. The next one would be July 25th, and Arizona will be presenting about ability to network, and it'll be starting at 1 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time and 2 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. August 3rd, we'll have New Mexico present about developing partnerships in your state, and that presentation will start at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time and 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And the last presentation we have will be September 14th by Colorado, and they're going to speak more about self-advocacy officer roles. And again, that time is 1 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time and 12 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time.
Okay.
And again, we'd like to thank everybody for listening in. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, just please let us know.
Okay.
And thanks again, Utah, for presenting about the importance about being safe on the internet.
Thank you.
Okay.